Hey, what's up guys? It's Brandon here for RC Nightmare. Today we got some upgrades for our Losi 5T. I got the stock 26cc gasoline engine in front of me here. All the upgrades that we have in front of me will probably apply to any 5th scale gasser. I mean, you might have a different size engine, but a lot of these can be used on it. Just want to double check that it'll be compatible with what you got. Everything in front of me we got from tgndistributing.com. They have a lot of upgrades for a lot of different kind of vehicles, a lot for the 5T specifically, so we got a whole bunch of videos coming out for these upgrades. What we're installing for you guys today is the carb filter. This is a diaphragm metering filter for the carburetor. It's going to extend our service interval so we don't have to worry about dirt and debris getting in there and tearing it up. We have a triple stage dome filter. We're going to be mounting that on our velocity stack. These are both from TGN. This guy's Team Chase part. And we have an outerwear pre-stage filter for our already triple filter. So we're going to be pretty well set in terms of air filtering, definitely. And the velocity stack should help airflow a little bit. And hopefully we can tune it up a little bit. So I'm going to get started right away for you guys. We're going to open up the carburetor and show you how to do it. Alright guys, first thing we're going to install is the metering filter for the carburetor. This little billet piece is the cover for it, and these little foam elements that they give you. It's a little, just a dust filter. First thing I'm going to want to do is remove the carburetor. I've already removed the stock air filter, pulled off the body clips. Just pop this piece out here, and you got to use a Torx bit for these two carburetor bolts. Okay, I have these two bolts loose now. I'm going to pull the carburetor off. There's a gasket on the back side. You want to make sure that you replace this. It's a little paper gasket, very delicate. It's always a good idea to replace these. Get the motor out of the way. Now we have this off, we can take off the old air filter plate. There's a gasket here as well. If we're using the stock air filter, you want to replace this gasket. The air filter that we got from TGN actually uses an O-ring, so I'll be removing this gasket later. To install this filter though, we want to remove these two Phillips heads right here. Back these out. Okay, I have my two Phillips heads out. We're going to take our small foam filter here, stick it in place like so. Slide this guy right over the top and replace the Phillips heads. If you'd like to get longer ones, so you have a little more thread engagement, feel free. Just be careful when you're putting these stock ones in because you're only engaging a few threads. They have lock washers, so they should hold no problem, but don't go crazy in them or it'd be a little easier to strip out. Okay, I've torqued down the two Phillips head screws. I got my foam element in there, so now I have the metering filter installed completely. That thing's ready to go. Now we can move on to installing our velocity stack. Again, we have this paper filter on the back side, so we're going to want to peel that off and make sure that the mating surface is real clean. We don't want any dirt and debris. I'm installing this velocity stack. That's why I'm getting rid of that paper filter altogether. You can see this has an O-ring to recreate the same seal. Now before we bolt this on, you want to check the fitment. Line up the bolt holes best you can and take a look down in the stack and make sure that you don't have any overlapping in terms of the inner diameter of the stack to the inner diameter of the carb. If you have some overlapping or lip there, you might want to take a Dremel and just clean it up, sand it smooth. The whole point of the stack is to kind of smooth the airflow going in. So if you have overlapping, I'll kind of give you an idea what overlap would look like. Something like that, that's an extreme case. You're going to have to clean it up or get a different stack altogether. If you're running a carb with a choke, like we are here, you want to make sure that the choke plate does not interfere with the stack and doesn't bind on it. So again, I'm going to line up the holes so you can put the bolts in too while you're doing this. Just operate the choke and make sure that it clears. Mine does, so I have no problem. I got my O-ring installed, the mating surface is clean, so I can put this guy on. We can install the carburetor back onto the motor. Okay, so I have my Team Chase filter installed. I have my TGN velocity stack installed. I've checked that I have proper clearance through the velocity stack, no overlapping. My carb lever is a little tighter now because I have just a little bit of rubbing from the plastic piece to the velocity stack, but it doesn't bother me at all. It still operates no problem. And I have these two bolts torqued down tight. I replaced the paper filter in back and I have an O-ring filter in front now, so she's sealed up tight. Now that I have the velocity stack on there, I can install my TGN 3-stage dome filter. This thing comes pre-oiled, which is nice. You don't have to oil it up at all. It's got the band clamp on here ready for you, so really all that's left, you just pop it on like so and tighten down the band clamp. Alright, I got my band clamp tightened down, and that really does it for the install of the 3-stage filter. So again, this is a TGN 3-stage dome filter. It's bolted onto our new TGN velocity stack. That's going to help increase airflow as well as allow us to run aftermarket filters like this. And I have my Team Chase. This is a metering diaphragm filter on the back of the carb. Again, not only do these pieces look nice, but they're very functional as well. The very last thing to install is my outerwear's pre-filter. A pre-filter is really just one more stage on your whole filter assembly. So this is a 3-stage. This little guy is going to help keep water and dust out of it. Water is going to bead right off the top of it. It's got a very fine mesh, but it's not going to impede airflow. These are very easy to install. You literally just slide it over the top like so. And that's it. Again, not only do these look nice, but these are very functional pre-stage filters. So if you run in some muddy water, this is going to help it beat it off. It's not going to dirty up your filter nearly as quick. This is machine washable, so you can just take this off, wash it, and keep your filter life lasting a lot longer. So very cool upgrades again. This is TGN pre-stage filter, the TGM 3-stage dome filter, a TGN velocity stack to help increase airflow and bolt these filters too, and we have a Team Chase metering diaphragm filter on the backside, all from tgndistributing.com. So if you like what you see, you want to buy these parts yourself, check out tgndistributing.com. They got a whole bunch of parts for the 5T. We ordered a whole bunch of parts. We're going to have a future video showing you the install on those pieces as well. If you like this video, have any comments about it, feel free to post on down below. If you like what you see, visit our website. It's rcnightmare.com. And guys, if you have any RC stuff you want to sell to free up some cash or pieces like this, or you're looking to buy some cheap RC stuff, check out buyrc.com. It's really an eBay mecca of RC stuff only. So it's just like eBay, but only RC items are allowed, so you don't have to sift through a whole bunch of pointless items on there. Posting is like $1 something. It's real cheap. It's all through PayPal, all certified good buyer and seller rating system. So check it out, brand new website, buyrcstuff.com. Thanks for watching this video, guys. We'll see you soon.